Well, hello, my babies. It's 1:44 on my clock. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? If it doesn't fucking resonate, then it doesn't resonate, okay, babies? Okay. I guess I was a little harsh there. I apologize. I'll do better next time, okay? Okay. So, what I'm getting here is things are gonna keep escalating, and if this hasn't happened to you yet, it will. You will be pushed to a point of like, I'm sick of this bullshit. I can't take this anymore, and you're just gonna have to get mad and like be like, I'm not tolerating this anymore. 111 on the clock. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like, you don't always want to call people out, or, and it doesn't have to be in an aggressive way, but if you don't, you kind of hold back or overthink like, oh, I don't want to come off in a certain way or something like that, which is a decent thing to do, but something's going to occur, or this has already happened to you, you know, wherever you are in this, that you're just going to be pushed to like, fuck this, I'm done. I'm not tolerating this shit anymore. And you're going to be pushed to get mad and let some shit go. Whether that's like cutting people out, like calling people out, getting mad and like just being like, no, fuck that. No. You don't get away with this shit. You know, whatever needs to happen. And it might be on a spiritual level to where you're like fighting people energetically. Like you're just going to be pushed to a point, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3 twos. That's what I meant to say. You're going to be pushed to a point that you're like, okay, I am not fucking tolerating this shit anymore. I'm going to lose my fucking shit. And you're not going to like it. You're going to see a different side of me. 'Cause people, you know, you probably just like let shit go. You're like, they're just being annoying, whatever. They're trying to get away with something. You're going to be in a situation where you need to, or this has already happened, where you're like, no, something needs to change with this behavior. Something needs to change. I don't like being around this anymore. And you're not going to have an option to just let it roll off your back or avoid it like you have been. It's going to be like, it's going to be in your face, and you're going to have to call somebody out. Like, say, for an example, like that you're on a person at work all the time who's like always gossiping, and you just kind of like don't get involved. You're going to be, so many things are happening to you, so many things are being exposed that, and it's to like agitate and not tolerate the bullshit anymore. So you're at a point where it's like, okay, I am fucking sick of this. Like, why do you always have to like, and you might just have to be like, well, why do you always gotta talk shit? Why do you always have to gossip? Why don't you go say that to that person's face? Or, you know, just, it may not have to be in an aggressive way, but to call them out and be like, okay, this is enough. No. Especially if you're not used to being this way, like abrupt and just, you're just going to be pushed into a point where it's like, okay, enough is enough. I'm done with this. We're not playing this anymore. No. Especially if it's in an area where you can't just get away from it. You can't just, you're just going to be put in a situation where you have to say something, or something's going to occur within you. Like, you're just going to be like so fucking sick of it, because you're just like battling, you know, the spiritual warfare, physically, all of this stuff, and you're finally just going to have to use your throat chakra and say it. because before I even came onto this video, I couldn't, like, my throat was just acting up, and I was like, oh, bitch, okay. Yeah, so you're just gonna be at a point that you're gonna be like, all right. And the closer you're getting to your intuition, because I'll go into the songs after this, but the closer you're getting to your intuition, the more you're gonna be guided on, like, who you need to just, like, slay spiritually. And, what you need to say, like, all of that stuff, you're gonna become more in tune with what you're allowed, and your Most High is gonna, like, you know, block you. Say, like, you're just, like, so sick of it, and you're like, man, I'm just like, ah. Most High will tell you yes or no. You'll be guided on yes or no, and there'll be an opportunity to just burst it wide open. If this hasn't happened already, then this is just confirmation. Like, you don't question it. Most High is gonna be, like, guiding you, like, yeah, fuck them up. they need to learn, and I'm using you as a lesson. And however that resonates, obviously, I'm not condoning any violence physically, but sometimes you gotta pop a motherfucker spiritually. Be like, come catch these spiritual hands, bitch. Fuck around and find out. Yeah. So the first song that I got is Alive by POD. And this is, like, you, like, stepping into, like, more of, like, more awakening and understanding and connection to, like, your intuition and, like, what you're allowed. Like, now that I see you, I can never turn my back away. Like, you're going to become more aware of, like, when Most High wants you to just straight fuck somebody up. Like, like, and don't overthink it, and you will be, like, blocked if you're not supposed to do something. Like, something will happen. Or, you know, you'll just, so, like, don't overthink it, and, like, don't feel guilty after you, like, pop off or whatever needs to happen, or it's just, like, a spiritual thing. You're being shown, especially, like, if you resonate with that warrior, like, it's your purpose to be a warrior, you'll be shown who you need to just slay spiritually, you know, and Most High will allow it to happen. Obviously, like, I would probably suggest, like, being shown, like, don't let me fuck anybody up that I'm not supposed to. Please keep talking to me and telling what I need to do, and, like, obviously praying and, like, asking for, like, a little connection. And since you are raising in vibration and becoming closer to, you know, your divinity, and, like, seeing it and feeling it and being in it, this is, like, showing you, like, you're not going to need to, like, have this, like, long pause or, like, hold on, let me pray real quick, like, okay, what do you want me to do? It's just going to be an immediate, like, yeah or no. Like, you know, you give them the, you know, the question nod, like, the and you get an immediate, like, yes. They give you the go immediately. There's not going to be any sort of, like, hey, it's just, the more you get used to, like, communicating with your guides, your spirit team, and, you know, listening to your intuition, and that, like, being more tapped in and listening, you'll know when you need to pop off and slap a hoe, or, you know, when you just need to just let it go and leave them alone. And you'll meet some sort of, like, resistance, or, like, or, and if you do meet resistance, you'll be given, like, oh, this is them, like, trying to, like, push back. So, like, you need to, like, you know, you'll get this feedback and understanding. But, you know, obviously you're getting there if you aren't already there. Or, like, just, this is more reassurance if you are in that state. Like, don't overthink it, because, like, you are more tapped in than you think. So, like, don't, like, overthink it, like, oh shit, should I have done that? Like, do I need to do it? Like, no, you're tapped in, you're doing your purpose, and you're serving your purpose, especially if you're being, like, you know, dedicated to your path, being obedient, and, you know, making, you know, cutting things out, listening diligently, and immediately doing the things that you're being asked by Most High. you're going to be told like who you know, you need to slap a hoe today. You need to do something. You're part of this person's lesson. Yeah, so like once you start this communication and all of that, like it doesn't go away. It's gonna just get stronger and stronger. So don't like let your logic mind like overthink and stuff like that. I mean, it's good to question like, hey, do you want me to do this or not? And then just that immediate like, yes, okay. And you know, ask Most High to keep you in this high vibration of like, please guide me on only what you want me to do, and please stop me if it's something like I'm not supposed to do, and like, or give me a sign of some sort. And then being obedient and listening to those signs. Even though it might, okay. Sunshine upon my face, a new song for me to sing. Tell the world how I feel inside, even though it might cost me everything. Now that I know this so beyond, I can't hold this. I can never turn my back away. Now that I've seen you, I can never look away. And I feel so alive. For the very first time, I can't deny you. I feel so alive. And this is like you being obedient to even like having to slap a hoe and being like, no, dude, like this shit ain't happening. And being okay with what has to unfold after that. Like, yeah, fuck. Like this person's gonna be so sick of my shit, or like they're gonna be different, but you have to deal with that. That's part of like your obedience and listening, is you're part of this person's, like destiny. You're part of this person's lesson. And, you know, you're just placed ever so perfectly, and you're here following, your divine path and just trusting it. But this is the song that I got to like confirm that this is what you got to do. It's a Next Contestant by Nickelback. And I judge by what she's wearing just how many heads I'm tearing off off assholes coming onto her. Each night seems like it's getting worse, and I wish she'd take the night off so I don't have to fight off every asshole coming onto her. It happens every night she works. They'll go and ask the DJ, find out what she would say if they tried coming onto her. Don't they know it's never gonna work? They think they'll get inside her with every drink they buy her as they all try coming onto her. This time somebody's getting hurt. Here comes the next contestant. Is that your hand on my girlfriend? Is that your hand? I wish you'd do it again. I'll watch you leave here limping, and I'd wish you'd do it again. I'll watch you leave here limping. There goes the next contestant. This is you, like, you're like, okay, I am so fucking sick of this. You're like, you've had to watch this, and they have been opportunities for you to step up, but you felt called to, you know, just be more passive about it, let it go. But now that things are shifting, and this person, you know, maybe you've called judgment, maybe you've prayed for them, you know, whatever, and they're still not getting it. Now if you feel called to, and you're going to be placed in these situations where you're like, you know, you're met with trying situations that you'll know when to hold back and when to stay strong and when to just pop off. And, you know, say these people just like talk so much shit, and you know they've like dragged your name through the mud, and here they come like, oh yeah, did you hear about so and so? Interesting, huh? You know, or whatever, however it needs to be. And you're gonna be put in the situation where it's like your guides, your spirit team's like, it is time now. You know, they're powdering your hand to fucking pimp slap these bitches. Like, you'll just get the confirmation that yes, it is time. Whether it's you having to pop off and be like, why do you gotta talk so much shit? Like, or just say like, dude, that's super low vibe. Like, why are you doing this? Why? Or like, don't concern me in any of this. Instead of just like removing yourself or trying to lead by example, you might, and these people still aren't getting it. You just gotta straight say it with your chest, call it out, and you're being guided by your team, your spirit team, to do this. And it might be just one of those days where you're just met with bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, and you're already feeling kind of edgy and like a little chip on your shoulder, like, bro, what the fuck? You're getting spiritual attacks, you're getting all this stuff, and you know, you're just out here trying to vibe, and you're just gonna be met with this person, and that's going to give you, because anger also like gives you courage. So, you know, you're just finally like, you know what, fuck this. And I mean, obviously try to do it in the best way possible of like, dude, why do you always gotta talk shit? Like, why are you like this? Like, what is the purpose of this? Or why don't you go say it to their face? Like, don't tell me. Or go get the whole story before you know, put someone's name in your mouth. Like, whatever needs to be said, it's going to give you this agitation, this like, finally like, dude, enough. That agitation and that anger that you're experiencing is pushing you to get that courage to just finally be like, you know what, fuck it. You can think whatever you want about me. Whatever happens after this interaction, I don't care anymore. Fuck it. And hopefully you can relay this information in a way that like, you want to take the high road still, but it's going to be something where you're just pushed to this point of like, fuck this, I gotta say something. This is out of control. Like, or, you know, I gotta do something. I gotta spiritually just fuck this person up because I'm at my damn limit. And you'll know, because either after that happens, I'll go with an example that's occurred for me, and I've asked for clarification. I was like, man, did I like mess up? Did I do something wrong? And Most High showed me like other people after that were doing like similar things, and I didn't feel this agitation towards them. But then there was like another person, like after 4 individuals, where I felt the need to like express something again or do something about it. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's still certain people, it's not all of them. So you'll know, and if you like want more clarification, you can definitely ask, so you're not like, damn, did I go too far? And especially if you're like asking yourself that, and you don't want to do this to people. You don't want to be that asshole. So you have a good heart. And so that's also confirmation that you're doing the right thing. I'd wish you do it again. I'll watch you leave here limping. You're like, there goes the next contestant. Like, bring it on. Like, you're just going to keep being met with this shit until you're in that anger, in that irritation, to where you're finally like, fuck this. I gotta do something about this. It's, I mean, I'm not an expert, but like with Tourette's, I've heard from people that have it, that it's like this buildup that you need to just release. And you have this like agitation until you release it, whatever like their tick is. That's what I'm feeling, is this like, you are going to keep getting this like, I need to get this out or I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. That's if you're just gonna be pushed to that point to pop off or do something, whatever you're called to do in that moment, whatever this lesson you need to learn about, you know, using your throat chakra, using whatever you need, wherever you're kind of like, you overthink things and don't listen to your intuition immediately, and you don't like follow through, like there's some hesitation and then you miss your opportunity or something like that. You're going to be pushed to this to where you don't miss the opportunity, and that's going to open you up and give you the confidence and courage to be more free and immediate with, you know, listening to your intuition, into this guidance of like what you need to do with like certain people, and like in this warrior energy. Let's see. Yeah, so the next song is Dial Tone by Catch Your Breath. And this song, it kind of gives me that vibe of like, you know, okay, I'll just read the lyrics, it'll make more sense. When I close my eyes, I can see a ghost from the past, and it cuts just like a knife. Hate to feel like this, but it happens all the time. Said you never understand me. Don't you know who I am? Tell me I'm just like your father. I'm not the one who caved in. You disappeared without a trace. You never bothered to explain. You just walked away. All I wanted was an answer. All I needed was to know. Give me a reason. My throat chakra's a little raspy. I need a reason. All those messages I left you, all those nights I spent alone, give me a reason. 'Cause all that I hear is a dial tone. When I close my eyes, I can feel you breathe down my neck. Now I'm only half alive. And I hate that I missed your smile, but it's only half the time. So this is like what gave me that vibe that you're just gonna keep getting met with things to agitate you, to irritate you. Like, it's like, bro, you're getting like bam, 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 finding out things. You know, people, you're finding out that you're getting betrayed yet again or something like that. And it's all just gonna compile onto you until you like erupt. And you know, you've learned self-control and control of your emotions, so you're not gonna be just like out of control or anything like that, but it's just gonna be enough to where you're like, you know what, I am not letting this shit fucking slide anymore. No. I like, it's all going to be like a real like, it's like I can feel you breathe down my neck, like you're just like, oh, I gotta do something. I need to do something. This is ridiculous. I'm not letting this shit happen anymore. You're just getting this reel of like all the shit that's ever happened, the same people that have done this over and over again. You just let it slide. You're like, whatever. They're just being whatever. Or, you know, however it happens. Or you're just, you know, you find out like several days in a row that you're being betrayed like from all around, or just new information, that type of stuff. And you're just gonna get to a point that you have to erupt. Like, you have no other option other than to just take care of it for once, instead of like, oh, I just need to let it go, I need to transmute it, I need to just hold back, and like, this is on me, like I need to do whatever. Like, no, you need to do something to like set a boundary or call somebody out, and you'll be told by Most High, like you'll be guided to do this, and you know, you'll get clarification that you did the right thing. And don't overthink it, because you're being guided to be that immediate channel and follow that intuition immediately. Get more in touch with that speed of it by just living it versus, oh, is that right? Like, I don't know. And then, you know, that intuition gets like murky and foggy and weird whenever you start bringing your logical thoughts into it and your logical mind into it, to where you're like, I don't know, what the fuck, like, and that's like old programming. You've been gaslit by, you know, every person around you ever since you were a baby. So you're being called to undo all of this stuff and just follow your intuition immediately and take like a gamble. You know, just step into it, you know, like whatever happens after this, I got to deal with it, because I'm so fucking sick of it. You're just being pushed. If you haven't been doing this, you're going to be pushed into a state where you're just like, I wish a bitch would. And that's when Most High is going to put this person right when you're just at your motherfucking limit in this position, so you can just your ancestors be powdering your hand for you. They're like, yeah, bitch, slap this hoe. Bitch better have my money. You're gonna be called to do this, and this is where you're just being guided to be that clear channel, and not only integrate your mind, and you know, you get these little downloads, but if you don't act on it as soon as it happens, and you like overthink it, and you're like, I don't know, you're being called to just be like, it's a speed thing. It's like you're being called to, like, you know, just as, you know, you think about breathing, you breathe, you know, there's no hesitation, you know, unless you're like overthinking, like, do I remember how to breathe? Like, what? That's when you start overthinking and things get convoluted, and then like there's this brain body disconnect. And so what you're being called to do is like bring your intuition and your body, so that means like your mouth, all of these things, all of that you need to do to act more immediate and be just this clear channel and live in that constant channeling state where you're not like waiting, like, oh, should I do that? Should I do that? I don't know. You're being called, and that this is going to keep happening until you just finally like get to the point where it's like immediate. And then you're like, oh, that's what that was. Okay. Oh, and your ancestors are like, fuck yeah. Now you get it. Yes, bitch. They're all like high-fiving behind you. Like, you just need to get to this point. And you're going to keep being met with these situations until you're finally just like living through it. You might do it in other ways, like certain other situations, but you're going to keep getting met with these situations where you need to grow and where you need to just act more through your intuition, channel this versus like thinking like, oh, what should I have done, blah, 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 whatever. And then that's going to bleed over into other situations, like your whole ass life. Then you're just, that's getting closer and closer to what you truly need to do. Then you're not going to overthink shit and be like, oh, should I have done that? Do it? What should I eat? What should I do? Like, it's all going to bleed in and start just like, as soon as you get past this weird, like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything, or I shouldn't say anything. There's going to be this certain situation where you're just finally like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm in full chaos mode, bitch. Bring it on. I wish a bitch would. You have to you're going to be met with that, if you haven't already, to where you can just live in that immediate, constant channeling state. And it's not going to be immediate because it's so, it's just like going to be an exercise that we have to constantly meet. But you're going to get that moment where you've had blockages before, to where you are at a point where you're like, no, I'm going to fucking say something right now, bitch. And then you unleash, and then you know what that feels like to follow the right thing and to go through, like, it's breaking past that insecurity, that fear that you have around a certain situation of like sticking up for yourself or someone else, or just, whatever. Then you're going to know exactly what that feels like. So you at least have that to go off of for the next times. And as you keep building and trying to get into this like constant like channeling, it's just, like I said, it's an exercise. You're going to have to keep practicing. It's not going to be overnight, but you're going to be given a chance to get that feeling of like, okay, that's what that feels like. Okay, that's what I do when this happens. Or when I get that like immediate, there's no like download, and then, like I'm hearing like fax noises, like, the dial tone. Oh, speaking of dial tone, like that, like dial tone, and then the weird fax noises and all of that. Like, there's not going to be this like needing to send it over into your like physical body. It's just going to be like, bam, we're done. You click on it, it's right there on the computer. There's no like waiting and like weird processing and needing, none of that. You're going to know what that feels like, so you can build into that constant channeling to where there's, you're not holding back anymore. You're just living through your intuition and following that. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. You're going to be a spiritual pimp at that point. Put your hoes in line. Bitch better have my money. Okay. So we have the Emperor here. And this, this is just you getting into that like leader power, having control over you. And that's mastering you, being that leader. And because like a good leader, they're willing to like make mistakes and like deal with what happens after. You just have to be discerning. You can't just sit there and wait. You have to be okay with making a mistake, and trusting that you can deal with any. We have 14:14 on my clock here, and being okay with like, oh, somebody's fucking around with my Andrea. Fuck off, bitch. Okay. Being okay with making a mistake and trusting that you can get through any problem. Like you trusting your problem solving skills. And because you're a divine fucking channel and you're quick with channeling and acting out of it, you can literally get through anything. And hell, if you're willing to have no fear around making a mistake, you're less likely going to be making those mistakes because you're breaking through that fear. You're not going to be caught up in this bullshit. And you're so I'm seeing, like, see how he's got that like little wrinkle between his eyebrows? That's like showing me like you overthinking and like that used to be you, like, I don't know, what should I do? Like, you know, when you wrinkle your brow, like, you know, because you're overthinking, you're thinking like, oh, what the fuck, what should I do? Like, how should I go through this, whatever. Like, that's you getting past that. Like, that's old you. And now you're like, bing, okay, I'm just gonna slap a hoe right now. Or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna follow this. Because I don't have any fear, because if something happens, I can get through it. I have even better problem solving skills because I am an open channel. I'm a clear channel to divine wisdom that is aligned with only pure source. And I can trust that. And I'm going to keep acting through that. And I can trust that, yes, if something happens, if a mistake happens, I can get myself out of it because maybe that was a lesson for me to trust even more something, you know, whatever. Everything happens for a reason, and you're okay, and trust yourself to get out of anything. And maybe, you know, if there is a mistake, it's meant to delay something so something else can come in, you know, whatever. Like, everything is intertwined. And if you're in this energy of like, this is for the highest good, like, I want the best for everyone, I want the best for this, whatever the highest good, that's what's going to come through. Even if it means delays happening or anything like that, that's trusting, you know, the Most High and being in this leader energy, taking control, but also working with your divinity. Because, like, see how he's got his little staff, but it's like a cross, like, working with, you know, the Most High, talking to, I almost said the enemy. Ugh, gross. Someone's trying to fuck around with this reading. Yucky. You're gross. Get out, demon. I rebuke you in the name of the Holy Spirit. Fuck off. Okay. So just like that, knowing when to catch when somebody's trying to like project on you or like send you some yucky stuff. Because now I'm like even more excited and feel good because I rebuked whatever that weird shit was. So trusting that you can, that you are a channel to divine wisdom that's aligned with only pure source. And like catching, because you are such a clear channel and you know yourself. And you can catch yourself in those states to where you can like cut shit off and be like, ew, fuck that. No, that wasn't the Most High. That wasn't my divinity. So fuck off. And it's going to make you more discerning. The Emperor's like the most motherfucking discerning guy ever. He's all the kings in the deck. So, he's able to see things from a higher perspective. And see how there's like a cube there? He knows how to bring certain people together, that there's several sides to things. So just by channeling and understanding and asking, you know, that's the ability to see things through different perspectives. With that eagle and that cube, there are several sides to things, and asking Most High to show you that, and being neutral and staying clear with that, and being willing to even get a message of what you've used to do, like say like A plus B equals C, and then you get a download that, you know, A plus B equals Z, and you're like, what the fuck? That goes against everything I've ever known. But willing to be like, okay, there are so many sides to things, so many dimensions, so many opportunities anything is possible, you're like, okay, let's fucking try it. Like, I got the download. I trust my divinity. I trust my intuition. Let's go. Let's try it. And by knowing that there's many ways to do this, and you being a clear channel and open and neutral to these different downloads, understanding, information, that's going to make you a better leader and help, you know, bring things together, rise in vibration even more. Damn, that's some heavy shit, man. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so quit overthinking. Ooh, yeah. So we have the 5 of coins here. And that's you taking these chances. Like, here comes the next contestant. And you're okay with even the possibility of being left out in the cold. You're like, this might isolate me. This might, you know, I might stick out like a sore thumb after doing this and be like targeted. But I'm okay with it because I trust my intuition. I trust that I'm a clear channel to divine wisdom that is aligned with only pure source, and that this is what I need to do. And trusting that you can catch whenever it's something associated with the enemy, or you know, knowing what is what. And, you know, you're like, okay, you know what? And that's what a good leader is. Someone that's willing to stick out and like take some bullets for the rest of the gang. That's, you know, you putting yourself out there and being like, yeah, I fucked up, you know, whatever, let's get through this. I'll do better next time. Yep, that targeted me. We'll roll through with it. And, you know, taking responsibility. Yeah, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, but you're also going to be respected later on because you're like, yeah, I take full responsibility. I let you down, whatever, let's move forward. I know now what I need to do better next time, blah, blah, blah. And we have that cross there, so trusting your divinity. Trusting that you are aligned with Most High and you walk with Most High all the time. And you might be left alone out in the cold, isolated, but it's lonely at the top. It's lonely on that throne sometimes. And you're more devoted to your purpose than being liked. Because that wanting to be liked in a community, in a group or whatever, is just feeding your ego instead of being, you know, walking, being a tool for the most high. Being a tool for the Most High. You know that you need to be, you know, placed in a certain place at a certain time to do a certain thing, and you're going to trust that that's your job, no matter what the fuck happens after that, because you are aligned with your divinity. You know your spirit team has your back, and if that means everyone being mad at you and irritated, for one, the reason they're mad and irritated is because they have growth to happen. They need more growth. They need to do some shadow work. They're in karmic energy, and you're being placed there to help them with their growth in that way. You're supposed to trigger them. And by knowing that, with this 10 of Wands in reverse, that's going to put less weight and burden on you, because yes, it fucking sucks. It's not ideal to be like targeted and like everyone like, no, fuck that guy, whatever. Like, it's not ideal, but knowing that this is what your purpose is in that moment, whatever happens after that, it was supposed to happen that way. And you can just let that burden come off of you and be like, okay, so this is going to make me more, operate less from my ego, because I gotta let this go and let go of the need to be liked and, popular or whatever. And this is my purpose right now, to help these people grow and raise in vibration by triggering them and getting them mad. And because I have the strength to be this target, because I trust my divinity, I have the confidence, and this is part of what I need to do. Damn, son. Yeah. And even when you're at the bottom, like with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, like just keep reminding yourself, like, yeah, this totally sucks. Like, everyone's like trying to throw knives at me right now. Like, I'm a total target. But it's because you're meant to unearth, change the status quo of, you know, what has been happening. And you're just meant to shake things up, spin the wheel. And sometimes it's going to be a little yucky. Things have to get unearthed and exposed to be healed. And sometimes it's very uncomfortable. A lot of the times it's uncomfortable, I should say. But because you're confident, you've mastered this part of yourself, and you're okay with, being alone at the top because that's part of the gig, you can let that burden off of like, oh, that sucks, like nobody likes me, like whatever, just be like, fuck it. I've seen it a million times. This is part of my job, and this is like, use it as a confirmation that you're doing the right thing and that you are meant to be this leader and that you are living your purpose, because it's giving you that immediate feedback that, oh yeah, I'm triggering people. Good. I'm doing my job. And they're going to get healing out of this. Whenever that happens, however long it takes, it's part of their healing. And this is bringing you, with this 10 of coins, your inheritance, your divine inheritance, all these wins because you're living in your purpose. So that means like cash money, baby. All, physical abundance, spiritual abundance. This is everything you could have ever wanted. And because you're living your purpose and you have no fear, you've worked through this these blockages, and you have the courage to lead and be a target, stick out like a sore thumb, stick out and be isolated, and stand up, when everyone else is, sitting, just, you have no problem being like, step to me, bitch. Oh, you want to talk shit? You want to run your mouth? Okay. And you hold your hand out, and your ancestors are like, we shall baby powder that hand. And this is, while you live in your purpose, this is going to bring you all of this abundance. Like, don't worry where the fuck this is going to come from. It's just going to come because you're being rewarded by Most High for doing exactly as you should, and being more into your intuition and just being a clear ass channel with no hesitation and just getting shit did. And no matter what, what hit your ego has to take after that. Be like, fuck it. No one's going to like me for saying this, but I'm being told by my spirit team that I need to say this. This is part of my journey right now. And I'm going to trigger a lot of people, and I just got to do it. And this is going to isolate me, but you're going to get your abundance after this. You're like going to be rewarded for being the, what I'm getting is like, instead of being a friend, you're being their parents. Like a rewarding thing for parents. I mean, I'm not a parent, so like, don't come at me, but this is just like the phrase I'm getting is like, your children are going to be more behaved and respect you more. And like, it's going to be a better relationship later on when you're just their parent, and they're going to have better lives because you're teaching them like, hey, I'm an authority figure and you don't have to like me, but this is what is going to help you be a better human as you grow up. Like, and knowing yes, you're not going to like me, but you need to know this, and you need to change this behavior. You can hate me all you want, but I'm doing it out of love. This is tough love. That's what it was. Tough love. And we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. And this is you just not worrying anymore. Not worrying about what happens after that, because worry and hesitation is the enemy. Like, and that's, what blocks your intuition. So just getting into that energy of, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm being told to say this. I'm just going to fucking say it and go full chaos mode. I can make it through whatever the hell happens after this, and I'm not going to worry about it. That's future me that's going to have to deal with that. And I trust that Most High is going to give me the information that I need to get through that next step. Right now, I'm just being told to fucking say this, and I am. So here we go. Here we go. Whee! And since we have like the chess pieces and stuff, like you're not trying to like play a game or like strategize in any sort of like way to benefit you. You're allowing Most High to play the game for you, through you, instead of you like being like, okay, if this happens, like, you know, I'm assuming in chess, like you plan like, okay, if this person moves this there, like this is what moves they have, and this is what moves I have. Instead of you worrying about that and being like, okay, if this happens, I need to go this way. If this happens, I need to go that way. If this happens, I'll go straight. Whatever. You're not worrying about that. You're leaving that to Most High. And that's, once again, lifting this burden off. You're not burdened. You're not worried. Because Most High has the plan. You're just part of the game. You're just you're the king. You're the queen. Whatever. I'm just here for the game, man. What? All right. Let's pull one of these bad boys. And then I'll close it out. I did not fart. That was my seat. That would be funny. Anyway. Child magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Yes, bitch, what did I say? Everything is possible. A plus B could equal Z. Even though you've never experienced that in whatever, that's you tap the fuck in and being like, all right, Most High fucking told me this, so let's give her a go. Like, every other time it's been different, but I'm being told we need to try this one more time. Let's fucking try it. Let's go. Maybe one more, just because I like hanging out with you guys. Oh. Okay. We did have a judgment, just I had another deck sitting there and it came out sideways. So there may be some fear and concerning that, like, oh, you're like, am I using the right judgment? Is this like... Just catch yourself when you're in that like overthinking. The quicker you get out of that, the easier it's going to be to get back into that channeling. So, you know, get out of this like, oh, I don't know, is this the right thing? Is this the wrong thing? Is this blah, 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 blah. Catch yourself in that like confusion and just get back into your body, and then, you know, change direction, and then it'll just come easier. Just catching yourself there. So we have angel. It did fall in reverse. Acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. And I'm seeing this as if people are gonna try to fucking gaslight you, and that's how the enemy works. Gaslighting, narcissism, all this shit, like, oh, we don't believe you, whatever. That's just how that judgment card fell out, where it's like, oh, was that the right thing? Am I really channeling? Am I doing this? Blah, blah, blah. That's the enemy. That is the enemy working right there. If you don't trust your intuition and you're like, and somebody comes up and be like, really? Or you just have that internal mind, that whisper, that's the enemy working. Because, you know, when you're truly tapped in, that's when the enemy can't win. So catching yourself and be like, oh, was that like a real channeled thing? Was that, I don't know. That's the enemy working, babe. Okay? Do not let, for one, people gaslight you. And you gaslight yourself. Don't let these old things, you know, things that have happened to you in your past, or just these weird ass entities that are whispering in your brain, trying to make you think that you can't trust yourself. That's the enemy working. They want you to be fearful, not confident, and, you know, overthinking, confused. Because that's how they win. Which, for one, the enemy will never win. Most High always wins. The light always wins. But just catch yourself. If you're thinking like, oh, was that a channeled message? Was that blah, blah, was that my intuition? Catch yourself and be like, oh, fuck off, demon. Fuck off, devil. No, you're not going to win. I see what you did there. Laugh it off. Be like, fuck you. Ew. And we have the martyr. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. What has this whole ass message been? Your willingness to be like, you know what, people aren't gonna like me. I'm gonna trigger the fuck out of them. I'm gonna be a big ass target. I may be isolated, left out in the cold, but it's for the greater good. And I have to be okay. I have to have a good relationship with my ego and catch myself and being like, no, this is for the greater good. This is for Most High. They want me to do this. They want me to say this. And I just have to be with it. I have to surrender to my purpose right now. Even if it makes me the quote unquote villain right now, it's because I have to trigger these people. I have to do this. And this is for the greater good. This is for the healing. Nice. And underneath that is the visionary. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. What did I say? A plus B equals Z. We've never done it that way, but I trust my intuition. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Yes. I might stick out like a sore thumb. I might be hated on, disliked, whatever, a total target after this, but I have to do this. This is part of my journey. This is part of my purpose. And whatever, they may think I'm fucking crazy after this, whatever. I have a good relationship with my ego and I don't let it control me. You are a visionary. This is part of your purpose. This is how we rise in vibration, and you have to be the leader to bring others up. That's how we work. We all have to work together. We have to have several leaders, examples of how we should act to show, we need teachers. So you're part of that. You are a teacher to be a better person, to show people, yes, divine is true. This magic is real. Like, amazing things can happen if we believe and if we follow our intuition. Everything is possible. Okay, babies? Oh, this is just so perfect, okay? Rebel. Challenges authority to effect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Bitch, how fucking perfect. Yes. I'm gonna close on that. That was perfect. Have a wonderful day, babies. Keep being those badass leaders. And smack a bitch if you need to. You'll know when and not to do it. Okay? Love you, bye.